Hello, vinyl community. Brother Eric here, and welcome to the Plastic Soundwave Cult. Alright, so I've been trying to keep up on my video producing abilities here. I got a special video coming up with my brother, and that has been a real task trying to get that thing together. We've been spending about 2 weeks on it, and it's just been a matter of just trying to get the thing edited together. Luckily for me, my brother stepped up and was able to do it, and so I'm really looking forward to that. But we're not here about me and my brother. We're here for Rachel, the MusicMAM's They Say It's Your Birthday contest. Or You Say It's Your Birthday. I think they mix it up a little bit. But when I saw this video come up from Rachel, I was just like, yeah, I got to get on that. That is such a good idea. I really enjoy the way people have been coming up with contest ideas. Again, I can't do them all, but Rachel has been such a champion for my channel. I have to do this. She has a great channel. If you haven't heard of Rachel the MusicMAM, then you must be like a hermit on the VC, because she is really good about seeking out all kinds of channels. I don't think there's a video that she ever misses. But she is an absolutely amazing person. I don't get a chance to comment on all her videos because she puts out a lot. But I do watch them all. And just sometimes it just comes down to the fact that I am so far behind. I just go one video to the next video to the next video. And so yeah, there's a lot of people out in the VC making videos, and Rachel is one of the top channels for me. I really do love her content. She has a great sense of humor, and as we go through this, we'll find out very, very quickly that my birthday has little to no Beatle connection whatsoever. I'm going to see if I can fit one in there somehow, but we'll have to see. So, they say it's your birthday. Well, my birthday is January 10th, 1970. And I didn't have anybody that was born on my birthday, but I did manage to find quite a few interesting people that I do and don't have that were born also on January 10th, but various years. One of the ones that I found interesting was Jim Croce and I share a birthday. Jim Croce, folk rock type music, from, if I can remember it right. I'll be honest, Time in a Bottle, and I think it's called Big Bad Leroy Brown. Meanest Man in the Whole Damn Town. I know those two songs from him. An artist I don't know that much about, but now that I know we share the same birthday, I might have to check out some Jim Croce. Another guy that I don't have, that I'm looking at getting for sure, especially since I've been listening to Once and Future Band, is Steely Dan. And Donald Fagen was born in 1948, and he is the other half of Steely Dan. And I do like Steely Dan tunes. The reason why I probably haven't ever bought a record is because when on the occasion that I listen to the radio, it's not unusual to hear Steely Dan played at least once in a session. So still, I think a fairly popular band with people as far as especially their classic stuff. So I'm looking at getting either Gaucho or Asia, one of those two. Or maybe even a best of. I think a best of would be a good one from them. Let's start getting into some people that I do have albums of. One of them would be Brad Roberts. Now, a few of you might be saying, who the hell is Brad Roberts? I bet you Rachel doesn't, because he is a Canadian gentleman. Probably, how would I describe what band he's from? Once there was a Canadian who started up a band and he called it Crash Test Dummies. Yeah, that's a weird name, but we know now this is how the guy sings. I know, spot on, it's creepy. And I do have that album. God Shuffled His Feet. Album cover based on a famous old painting, which I don't know the name of. But this album is actually very good. I'm the kind of guy that I do like unusual singers, and he's definitely got his own sound. Other tracks on this album that are great: God Shuffled His Feet, of course the classic tune Swimming in Your Ocean is a decent song. Probably my other favorite song I really like here is track number 7, I Think I'll Disappear Now. Very, very good, catchy song. Yeah, I really do like this album. I listen to this at least twice a year. Again, because you can only listen to so many things at one time. But I do pop this out all the time. A lot of times when I make a mixtape, I do like to throw I Think I'll Disappear Now. Admittedly, this is the only album I have from them. I'm sure they put out many, many more. But it's one of those things where when you like an album, for me, it's a little bit tougher to turn around and buy another album from that group, only because I'm worried that the next one's going to suck balls. And so another individual that I like a lot of her music, and that would be the incredible Pat Benatar. This one here is Crimes of Passion. I picked this one up in an antique store up in Central California. I need to get more of her. This is the only album I have now. I have another one that I recorded for my father-in-law. But this album here just has some great tunes on it. Treat Me Right, You Better Run, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, classic. And then she does a great version of Wuthering Heights. But as I've said before, as good as this one is, it's not Kate Bush. And she's actually come to not my town specifically, but the area. She did a concert in the local baseball stadium that we have here out in a town called Adelanto. If I would have known ahead of time that she was going to be playing, I would have gone for sure. But yeah, this is an absolutely fantastic album. And then I'm going to end with my biggie. Now, I did just recently show this record. It's the only one I got from him. This is a great album, but Rod Stewart and I also share the same birthday, which is a touch ironic because later on in this contest we asked, bands that your mother and father liked, and Rod Stewart was probably my dad's least favorite artist ever. He hated Rod Stewart. I don't know why exactly, but he just couldn't stand him. When that song, Do You Think I'm Sexy was out, he would cringe every time that song came on. He hated that song. He hated Rod Stewart. Ironically, Rod Stewart and I share a birthday. So, Rod Stewart, born in 1945. Um, this is a great album. I think I've shown it before. Which I think you can go back to that video, because I think it was the last video that I did that I went into more detail on this album. Of course, I forgot to do the label porn on this section of our contest entry, so I'll try to do better on the next section. Okay, now the next part of this question mimics life itself for every living thing on the planet, pretty much. You are birthed, and that's bookend by death. Hey, I didn't make up the rules. But I found it interesting that I have two musicians that died on my birthday, and three other people that I thought were interesting that died on my birthday as well. Carlos Linnaeus, who is the father of taxidermy. He died at age 70, and I will also place here when he lived and died. Coco Chanel. I just thought that was interesting because her name is Coco, and that's about it, because I don't know shit about makeup. And she died in 1971. William Buffalo Bill Cody died in 1917 on January 10th. So let's get into the musicians. Now, as these things tend to go, I'm sure that because these people died on my birthday, there's going to be those people out there who's going to blame me for it. And I know right now many of you are going, oh, that's not me. But one of you is lying. And so this particular gentleman died of kidney surgery complications. Great blues musician. Probably one of my favorite blues musicians. And I only have this one CD from him. But Howlin' Wolf. He died in 1973. He was born Chester Arthur Burnett. As we all know, he did some great blues tunes. Killing Floor is my favorite. Evil on this one is a good one. Smokestack Lightning. Spoonful. "300 Pounds of Joy." So many good songs on here. That's a great one to listen to in the car as well, especially like when you're taking the kids to school. But there's an interesting story with this CD and my birthday and the next person I'm going to talk about. So in 2016, I got a Best Buy gift card for my birthday, and on my birthday I decided to go to Best Buy and look at getting some CDs. It was just before I was starting to get into albums, but I was starting to get back into music again. And so they had like a bunch of Van Halen CDs for like $3 a piece. So I bought those, and I found a couple other albums that were super cheap. And I just wasn't filling up this gift card. So I started looking around for what's something I've heard about, but I haven't really gotten into. And I ended up picking up this CD of Howlin' Wolf on my birthday, on the anniversary of his death. And while I was buying the CD, people kept coming in and saying, "Do you have the latest Bowie album?" And one of the store clerks was like, "We sold out on that, early this morning." And people kept coming in, And then finally I was like, what's the deal with everybody? Is that album that good? Because then I was thinking, I'll buy it on Amazon. And he's like, oh no, didn't you hear? David Bowie passed away today. Ah. And so I think I can hear the subscriptions leaving right now. But I only have one Bowie album, and that's his greatest hits of Changes Bowie. Came out in 1990. It has all of his classic hits. It has my favorite song on there, which is Fashion. Fashion is my favorite Bowie song. I believe Robert Fripp does that really weird guitar solo on it. I've just always thought that was a brilliant song. I mean, when you listen to it, it makes you want to move, but like in a very jerky sense, just like how that Robert Fripp solo is. Ashes to Ashes is a great song. It looks like these pretty much go in order. So you got Space Oddity is what it starts off with, and it ends with Blue Jean. They did a Fame 90 remix on here. I like the original better still. But yeah. David Bowie, 2016, January 10th. Rest in peace. So the next part of the questionnaire portion of our contest entry here is music that your parents really liked. And I forgot to pull these records. Okay, we're a little bit more back on track here. We'll start off with my mom. The first person the first musical act that I think of when I think of my mom is ABBA. I believe this is a Dutch pressing. We bought it at a Dutch store. Bought it when it came out. My mom actually bought it. And so The Winner Takes It All actually is probably one of my least favorite ABBA songs. But maybe it's because I heard it so many times as a kid, and so it came on the Polydor label. It's 45, pretty plain. Did it come with an interesting picture disc? B-side, Elaine. But yeah, the ABBA gang. So my mom liked them. She, as a kid growing up, was a huge fan of Cliff Richard. I never really got into him at all. Not as much as like I did with ABBA. But I always did like his song, She's Just a Devil Woman. That song. I believe it's called Devil Woman. So she liked him a lot. The only thing I have even related to him is an album, like compilation album by The Shadows. They're probably most famous for their song Apache and being the backup group for Cliff Richard. Beyond that, there's a ton of music on this thing, and Apache is the only song I like on here, and I might be jiving that song there too. And then another interesting artist that my mom still really likes is a guy named Richard Clayderman. He's a piano player. And that is definitely not my taste whatsoever. We definitely verge very far from each other. Now, my dad, I also fell a little bit in line with some of the stuff he liked, like with my mom, but not all of it. He basically liked country music, but he kept it pretty simple. He liked Jim Reeves and Patsy Cline. Mostly Jim Reeves. Jim Reeves is taken me a while to appreciate. Came in the RCA inner sleeve. Classic RCA Victor label. I probably like the Patsy Cline on here more than I do the Jim Reeves, but he's not horrible. I've gotten used to listening to him. I used to really hate him, but I've learned to come around and enjoy somewhat of what he does. This is a weird album because I talked about it before. This came out, it's basically one side is Jim Reeves, the other side is Patsy Cline, and they did one song that they were able to stitch together called Have You Ever Been Lonely? Have You Ever Been Blue? They happened to sing it in the same key. Thanks to the computer age, they were able to blend the two together and somehow squeak the whole album out of it. And I do actually have the soundtrack to my dad's favorite movie, Dr. Zhivago. I've listened to this a couple times. It's a movie soundtrack. It was conducted by Maurice Jarre. Epic movie about the Russian Revolution. My dad thought it was absolutely fantastic. I've never watched it. Beautiful gatefold. Comes on the MGM label. So you got the lion, the MGM, and I like the off-color yin and yang. Actually, interesting enough, I don't use this. I just set it in there. It does come with a neat inner sleeve. A different look to that. You know, these are our artists. So MGM had quite a few interesting artists on there. Connie Francis, Sandy Posey, The Animals, Hank Williams Jr., Herman's Hermits, Roy Orbison. So yeah, Dr. Zhivago. Sounds great in stereo. So my dad also liked Hank Williams, which I just showed recently, but he also liked Johnny Cash. So I've got this CD with Johnny Cash's greatest or biggest hits. Johnny Cash's biggest hits. I've also got Live at Folsom, Live at San Quentin, and I think one other best of that has a few different songs from this one. Was country, but also very early rock and roll. One great memory I have about Johnny Cash is going to the San Bernardino County Fair, where Johnny Cash played an afternoon show and an evening show. I went to the first one when my dad got to the fair. I made sure we had seats so we could go in and watch Johnny Cash. And he was with June Carter. June Carter was hilarious. And Johnny Cash, he brought up a lot of interesting things about how he came up with his songs. So he kind of did a little intro for every time he did a song. And he talked about how, they couldn't afford a drummer, so he would just make like a sound on his guitar. And again, he played all the classics. So it was a really good show, and I got to go see that with my dad, and he really enjoyed it. I think that's pretty much the only concert he ever has gone to. So yeah, one of my dad's favorite artists, Johnny Cash. And of course, it wouldn't be a Rachel the MusicMAM VC video if we didn't have some shout outs. I always feel funny about this part because I don't know, getting a shout out from me is probably hurt your channel. Like Rachel talks about how channels go, up and down, up and down. So she'll get a few, and then she'll lose a few, and then she'll gain a few, and hopefully you gain a few more than you lose. And I hate to say it, but I think every time I've done a shout out for Rachel, she loses a few subscriptions. And I've talked about her a lot in this video already, so sorry. But I actually got some recent buys based on some recommendations from a channel called AGK's Vinyl Life. He's great for hard rock and metal categorized music. So I've been enjoying his channel. As always, I love Cosmic Brian, Vinyl Douche, John the Digital Gramophone. Okay, John at the Digital Gramophone has one of those channel names where I don't know why my tongue just can't get around it. I call his channel so many times, Don at the Digital Gramophone. And I don't know why DJ, I get those mixed up. Maybe I want to be a DJ. But yeah, so many people right now are putting out so many videos. It's just hard to keep up. But it's, it's a great big family, and that's what's cool about the VC. That's what makes doing videos enjoyable. And so when you think about it, it's not just about the music.